She's on her way.
Uh-huh.
And welcome back here in the fandom zone. It is I, General Zod, the most earth-breaking, ground-shaking, but never media show money-taking, the man, the myth, the legend, the most electrifying villain in YouTube entertainment today. Hello, everybody. We got a great night planned of ridiculous shenanigans, funny stories, possibly some thought-provoking pieces. Who knows? I've got the most controversial co-host with me today until the rest of the crew gets here. Welcome, LB.
What's up? What's up? What's up? I don't know how I'm controversial, but I guess I'll take it. I'm just a lonely man. A lonely man can't be controversial.
You're setting fires and causing anarchy wherever you go.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, we have some great stuff planned today. So let me see what we got going on here. Let's see. There we go. What up, Trey, Courtney? Good to see you. Already a downvote, says PB.
Well, you announced me, and that's what happens. You should have kept me a secret.
I think the icon gave it away.
That too.
Oh yeah, everybody. But we're gonna talk about some interesting things. But before we get going, I wanted to bring up something here at the top of the hour when people will view 2 minutes of this if they are in the chat. I went to see the new movie Onward, and I wanted to bring this up because you're going to see a lot of YouTubers posting false information about this movie. So I'm just going to give you the 411. There's supposed to be a big scene that highlights some kind of lesbian thing in this cartoon, and I'm here to tell you that doesn't happen. It's fake news. Go see the movie. It was great. Me and the unicorn had a fun time. I think it's probably the best thing Pixar has put out recently, honestly. So, yeah, there's supposed to be a scene where one of the mythological creatures says that they have a girlfriend and they have a kid, and that's true, but the way people are portraying it, it's very subtle. I had to really listen, and it's nothing that the kids would be able to pick up. This is all YouTube nonsense. So it was a great movie. There was no real bad politics in it. It had a great message about brothers and family. It was honestly the first good family movie I've seen animated in quite some time, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to have a review on it. I'll probably do it tonight, but if you have a sibling, especially, you will love this movie. Like, the relationship between the two brother characters reminded me of me and my brother. It was a really good movie. So, anyways, that's just like my little thing just to start off the show, because it was ridiculous. I've seen various YouTubers posting this thing about Onward having these offensive things and people coming out and saying ridiculous stuff. And look, if you're gonna call Disney Pixar out on stupid stuff, make it relevant. I mean, these little things, it's just ridiculous. What do you think of this nonsense, LB?
Hey man, it's YouTubers doing what they do, man. They talk about these SJWs, but they do the exact same thing, but on the opposite side. They make stuff up that ain't there. They lie. And then if you call them out, they get upset and cry about it. So it's not surprising, and this type of stuff is what works for them. But it's not gonna last forever. I mean, eventually, the more people see it, the more they'll catch on, and they'll move on from this garbage that people keep spewing out to people. 'Cause, like, it's only so long people can be fooled and lied to and bamboozled, man.
And Stone Cold Jeremy, what up? Welcome. We're just talking about foolishness. I went to see Onward, the new Pixar film. There's been controversy surrounding it, and we're talking about how people latch on to the negative stuff because it's Disney. And look, I'm not going to be one of these people who are going to say, oh, I'm not going to see a Disney product because they destroyed Star Wars. They still got other stuff. And unfortunately, I'm going to see the other stuff. I'm going to see Marvel until it's garbage. I'm going to see the animated stuff. And I might even see some of the remakes. Unlike PB, I haven't taken a stance on remakes. And, hats off to PB. LB, have you realized he has not seen one remake yet?
Hey, man, it's not hard to do.
I mean, but it's like, I'd be sweating, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I was hyped about Beauty and the Beast. I still like it, but the PD's like, nope, never seen it. So, hats off to him. Like, see, PB has the right to talk when it comes to that because he's taken a firm stance, right? He says, I'm not going to give him money. He hasn't seen one remake. And I think if you're going to take a stance against a company, you can't badmouth one end of it and then say, but I'm going to go see the next Marvel movie. I mean, am I wrong? Isn't that kind of hypocritical?
I mean, I've been saying this for the longest. It's like, people make up their own rules. Like, you can't say you're boycotting Star Wars, but still watching Marvel movies or still watching the other Disney movies, or like, if you're boycotting Star Wars, you need to cancel your cable. Like, you don't need to have, because Disney owns ABC, ESPN. They have the streaming service, Hulu, Disney Plus. Like, they have their hands in a lot of stuff. So if you talk about boycotting Star Wars, you need to go straight cold turkey Disney. And I mean, you can go to Disney's website and find out all the companies they own, but they have their money, they have their hands in a lot of cookie jars. So you just need to move on from that. But man, people are hypocrites. Yes.
Yeah, and you had quite the awesome live stream. Apparently, I missed the fireworks for most of it because I was at work, and I plan on catching up. But it's like, here's the thing that annoys me about the situation as I know it, and you could shed some light on this, but I always consider disagreements, people having two different points of view, right? Both sides hear them out. And at the end of the day, if your two views don't match up, then, you have your view, I have mine. How many times have me and you had disagreements when I've said a nonsensical statement?
I mean, all the time. Like, I talked about this with Perp last night. I'm like, man, me and you probably don't agree on probably 75% of stuff, but me and you don't sit here yelling at each other. We don't sit here calling each other names. Like, man, we talk about it. We agree or disagree. But man, some people, they don't know how to be adults, man. They don't. And they feel the need to name call. Like, look, I don't care if you agree or disagree with me. Like, if we're talking and you're listening to me talk to you, I'm not calling you names. I'm not insulting you. I'm talking to you like an adult. But for some reason, other people, they can't do that when they're hidden behind, a fake picture on their social media or a fake name, or they're hidden behind, a camera, or they feel the need to get bold and act like something they wouldn't do in real life. Because I mean, I'm not saying I'm a big tough guy, but I guarantee you, like, if we're face to face, you're not going to be talking this tough talk like you do behind your computer or your phone screen.
Yeah, and here's the thing. We have all disagreements about aspects of the things we like, but I think that we lose perspective of the real issue, which is companies stomping on those things is the real fight, at least for me in pop culture. The real fight for me is destroying things irreparably that I love, and I believe that people who watch all of our channels and things like that, that's the real issue is things being destroyed that we have come to know and love. And that's why they watch our channel and hear different perspectives because you're not getting that. You're getting the one-sided agreements and things like that. Like, I haven't followed Doctor Who for a while, but I've been watching various videos, and I actually watched the episode that people are pissed off about. And I know enough about the show to know exactly what's going on. And, you know, what they did there, that is a good reason to get up in arms because they literally destroyed everything that the writers who have written the show has set up for, like, oh God, that show's been around for how long? Like, for years, right? And
Right.
then I watched a short today and onward. It was a Simpsons short. LB, this short was the most terrible short I've ever seen. It's like Maggie falls in love with this other baby at this park, but it's just like so out of character because it's Maggie, and they make this whole like little love thing, and I'm like that's the shit that bothers me. Like, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, right. It's like writing stuff that overtly spits in the face of your fan base and is a clear middle finger to the property and saying, oh, we know you're fans, but you know what? Fuck you. We don't need your money. We're going to get a whole new fan base. That's the real battle that's going on. That's the battle for entertainment that we're always talking about. And, when we are disagreeing amongst ourselves over petty stuff, it just kind of detracts from what the actual real argument is, what the real debate is. And the real debate is them overtly changing things and destroying stuff that, we know and love. That's the real battle. Or putting shit into animated films that is blatantly, there as a statement of diversity and all that other crap.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'm with you. When you're right, you're right.
And we have so many examples. Let me give you an example. Okay, I saw Onward, right? And then I took my daughter to see Wonder Park because she's a kid, whatever. And Wonder Park was such a blatant statement of Nickelodeon pushing politics. She made a couple of like obvious statements in this animated movie, like, oh, is it because I'm a girl I can't be scientific? And oh, I don't want to do that because girls do it. It was some kind of home ec class, and she goes, oh, that's what women are expected to do. And I'm watching this, I'm going, what the fuck? Like,
Mm.
like that to me is a big like, hey, little girls, you can do all the things boys can do and all this stuff. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that statement, but it's how you say it and how you're pitching it to kids. Like, they make all the adults look like fucking idiots, and that's encouraging kids to disrespect their parents and adults in general, and that they don't know any better, kind of a thing. That shit I have a problem with. But a mythological unicorn making a reference that her girlfriend is at home with their kid, and oh yeah, they're a wreck too. They're 13. I laughed at that joke because I was like, yeah, you tell them 13-year-olds are a pain in the ass.
Huh.
There's a difference between them doing funny satire that is relevant, like a Shrek kind of a joke, versus coming out and saying, oh, because we're both together, we're better than males. Actually, the best part of Onward for me was the story focused on a father. I haven't seen an animated pick since I don't know how long that had a relationship where they focused on the father figure in years now. Years.
Right.
And, it was nice to see that they talked about the relationship between fathers and their sons. Like,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember the last time they've done anything with a father figure?
Disney.
Oh,
Well, hi.
hi.
How's it going?
It's going. Sorry about that.
I was like, hold on. I don't have any recordings of your voice on my computer. What's going on here?
Hey, Zod. Hello, LB.
Hey, squirrel, what's up? I have the most controversial lonely man tonight.
Oh. Yeah, yeah. How's it feel to be controversial, LB?
Feels lonely.
Oh, my. Oh, God. So, I'm sorry to interrupt. What were you guys talking about? Everything is a little delayed on the stream, so I'm trying to catch up a little. Talking about 14-year-old something, and
Hey, don't say it like that now.
I
No,
don't know.
no. I'm not trying to get pulled, mad. I thought I was gonna be the one to say some disclaimer stuff tonight.
Oh, that's code for nothing at all illegal by any means. Yeah. So
We were talking about, okay, so some YouTubers around the YouTube verse ran with the story about how Onwards has a scene that's so controversial because it's pitching, mothers being with mothers and having kids, right? So I go into Onward and I'm like, bitchy, we gotta watch for this scene. Man, I can't wait to do my video, right? So we get to the part and they get pulled over or something and they're using this glamour spell to try to trick these two officers. And the one officer comes out and they're talking about their kids, right? And she goes, oh, you have two stepkids. Man, that could be hard. Me and my girlfriend had a 13-year-old. Ugh. And I'm like, wait a second. This is the part everyone's getting up in arms about? I go, that was a fucking funny joke. I'm
Right.
sitting there cracking up. I'm like, yeah, kids are a pain in the ass. I'm like,
what's the controversy about the joke? I don't get it.
because apparently it's promoting same sexes being together and it's brainwashing the kids and it's forcing an agenda. And I go, no, that's not forcing an agenda. I think
No.
you guys
No. No. And anybody who's had a 13-year-old daughter or they were a 13-year-old as a female themselves or even as a boy too, it doesn't matter. It's like the roughest age is like middle school, So like I think it's hilarious because it's true. I don't get it. People are dumb. They really are just sad people. They obviously need the corona in their life. That's the way I look at it now.
So, are we naming names on this channel?
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there. Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers put this article out. I think he was more highlighting the fact it was, and I shit you not, it was like 100 angry moms, some kind of group.
Oh, yeah.
That bitch about, from what I can see, and even from like how he read it, he found it more funny because he's like, Disney, they're finally calling you on this. But I was like, do you see a lot of kids movies? I was just talking about Wonder Park. Like, that was overtly, and that was a Nickelodeon product, that was overtly pushing agenda. Like, there's a part where she gets into an argument with this other little boy and was like, oh, what are you trying to say? I can't be a scientist or an inventor or something because I'm a girl, right?
Oh,
And then
yeah.
there's another part where she's like, I'm not going to do home ec class. Why do girls always have to cook? And I was like, watching it with my daughter going, what the fuck?
Right.
Because that was like blatant. That was blatantly coming
Right.
out and saying, oh, women can do anything boys can do. And it wasn't conveying it in a way that was tasteful. It was just throwing it in your face. Very poor writing, stupid storyline. I suffered through that movie, but she was happy, so God bless her. But, I mean, and then I watched Onward, and I was legitly laughing. Like, it was funny. It was touching. I can't wait to do my review. Like, they had Squirrel. the first cartoon in years that highlights the relationship between fathers and their sons. Like,
Oh,
I've been seeing that for years. Yeah, the whole story is about seeing their father again, and the arc
yeah.
with the older brother, and I'm the eldest, and I'm like, this is good shit. Like, Pixar hasn't made a good film like this with a good message in years. And like, why aren't we talking about this?
That's, I don't know. The whole like controversy over just that pure comment is it's trivial nonsense. And and that mothers group, I've heard about them before, and they're more conservative leaning, and that's fine. Like, you do you. But it's just very trivial things to bitch about in media. It's just as bad as like the SGWs having cancel culture, in my opinion. So it's like, let people live. My God. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. Oh man. Good Lord.
So me and LB were talking about how it's kind of like, one side, if you have a different opinion, say about the EU, and it contradicts what they're feeling, they get all upset. And I'm like, well, we're missing the real argument here. Okay, and I've been thinking about this all day. If you take what supposedly is that, Filoni and destroyed canon with the Clone Wars, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I've watched Clone Wars and then watched the movies. To me, destroying canon is if they make a show that directly contradicts main storyline. Now, if you watch Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then you watch the Clone Wars, you can watch those and nothing from the main story of episode 1, 2, and 3 is affected in any way, shape, or form
Right.
in the Clone Wars. And I dare someone an argument with me with that because I've seen every fucking episode just recently. Okay. So nothing in that show directly affects Anakin's journey, Obi-Wan Kenobi's journey, Padme, none of them. You still get the same outcome, right? Now, let's go to the sequel trilogy.
Huh.
Rise of Trash directly destroys the original movies.
Mm-hmm.
Palpatine being back is a direct conflict with what was set up. And guess what? It destroys Luke Skywalker's and Vader's journey because it makes Vader's redemption less than what it was, and it destroys Skywalker trying to redeem his father. That is destroying canon. Someone
Right.
changing the history of the Mandalorians is in a fucking book. Like,
Right.
that in no way affects the show because guess what? Mandalorians, show me in episodes 6, 7, or 8 or 5, 6, 7, however it goes, 4, 5, and 6, show me where in the movies they reference them.
Right. Like, I agree. Like, as far as like the EU stuff, I just, in my opinion, I'm in the same boat with you on that, because as long as it's not damaging the main storyline, and or like what happened with the last three, I'm just gonna say those last three movies was so bad. What it did to the story completely kind of just diminished the whole main storyline. It should never have been done. There's a lot of, like, honestly, I would throw out, let's say, the Jedi. I would throw out Rise of Skywalker, because it did no justice for the story. It didn't add any quality to it. It actually just gutted it and then threw in a bunch of shit. So it's like whoever wrote these films just went off the rails. Absolutely off the rails. Just for the pure sake of owning a popcorn flick, not so much writing a film. So, yeah, I agree.
Exactly. That's why PB's so angry.
Hi, PB.
So I heard we're talking Star Wars.
What's up, cousin?
What is up, cousin? Hello, Mad Squirrel. And
Hello.
General Zod.
Thank you so much. Your voice is great.
What the fuck?
Sorry, I didn't mean to get him started. That was my bad.
It's all good. Oh my god.
But yeah, I was just attacking all of this nonsense before we get into our topics, because look.
Yeah, this is the pre-TCW stream, right? This is the pre-game show?
Yes. And while we get people in and stuff like that, and people, audience members watching, welcome everybody. Welcome Dr. Jägermeister, Brian the Gravedigger. Hopefully you're not killing anyone, and if you are,
No, he
at
just
least you tune
buries
in.
the bodies.
Oh, fair enough. Generation Productions, everyone else, and everyone who will be watching, welcome. I'm just going to let you know, here in the fandom zone, I live in controversy, so, I don't give a fuck who I have here, and, if people get pissy about it or what I say on this, then y'all can go fuck right off, because I don't care. Haven't cared, won't start caring now. People need to stay focused on what the battle is, and the battle for me is what the corporations are doing that are actually douchebaggy. When they are destroying the story itself, then that is an issue. And then when they're hiding behind diversity, which we'll talk about that because Cinderella's going to get a facelift. That'll be fun. We're going to have a genderless godmother.
I
Can't
think
wait
it's
to
a
read that article.
facelift if they change color.
I don't even know why people care about that. It's not like it's the Disney one.
That's true. I just had to read it for comedic sake because that's hilarious. My godmother's gonna be.
The sentence said, "Did Zod just label me as everyone else? Fuck you."
That
He did. He did that.
Hi there, the Senate. Hi there, Trey.
He continues to marginalize Black Americans after Black History Month.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Racist.
The general shall never change, and it is not racist. It is villainy. So, but yeah, I just wanted to start off because there was this ridiculous thing with Onward, and I hate it because, look, Pixar actually for once made a good product that we haven't seen them make in years. It gives me hope. Like, I had fun with this movie. It finally had a family message, which has been missing from Disney.
I thought that you liked Toy Story 4.
Yeah, this one was better though. Some people are saying Toy Story 4 was better. I go, we didn't need one. We had 3. That was my only issue with 2.
Well, I understand that, but you said that they haven't made a good product in a while. That was just last year.
Did Pixar do Toy Story 4? That's Pixar's, right?
Pixar does all Toy Story.
Well,
are you kidding me right now?
For real?
Zod had it. Hey,
we have just been
what?
trolled.
Try getting your next snap and see if you remember everything
accidentally trolled. I don't think it counts as trolling if you're just a putz.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so let me rephrase that. They haven't done anything really touching original.
There we go. There's the right word. Yeah.
There you go.
Since they've done the Toy Story series, this could be another good series that I'd actually wouldn't mind if they did a sequel to this.
So would you say it's touching in the same context of like Up?
Yeah, well, yes, I think so. I mean, not as
that feel,
but it had that feel especially towards the ending. Like the feels are real.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. I'm preparing because I swear to God, in Up, I was unexpected, and I was like, "This is so beautiful." It was really bad. I wasn't expecting that. I'm like, "This is so great."
Just watch out for the ending because that whole speed and I think what's great about this movie is what it means as far as relationships with brothers, fathers and their sons. I mean, I was like shocked and like that they did something good again. I don't know. I wasn't prepared. I laughed.
Kind of like the importance of fatherhood in a sense in that relationship.
Yeah, there's a particular line in there when he was like, I thought that I missed out on my life with my father, but I realized that I did all the things with you. I was just like, hey, brother cares. Older brothers care because I'm the eldest, and I was like, yeah, you knucklehead, he loved you this whole time.
Coco was good too. Did you see Coco? I agree, Dr. Jägermeister. Yeah, like Coco was really it was, I think it was like so well done at the time that it's a great movie too, because our kids do celebrate Day of the Dead in our household and have for like since they were young, right? Because that is more of, my husband's culture or whatever, calm squirrels. And we set up, memorial type, kind of little altars for the family members that have passed and things like that. And that movie did such a fantastic job of explaining that, that the background about it and stuff. So, hello, hi, lady Christy. Sorry, but yeah, like, yeah, I loved Coco. I don't know. What did you think of Coco?
What
I
did
liked
you
it.
say, Zod? What is the Senate doing right now?
I gave the Senate a wrench a while ago. I don't
I
know.
can see that.
It's your fault.
Crikey.
But I feel like every villain needs a good nemesis. The Senate is my nemesis.
Hello, Generation Productions.
What up,
So,
GP?
but yeah, to start out with, I just wanted to get all the foolishness out of the way and look on a serious note.
Dude, she asked you a question.
Yeah, what did you think of Coco?
Oh, I thought that I thought that it was good. I don't know. I don't know if it was the art style or whatnot, or some aspects of the story. I didn't like it as much as the other ones. I know everyone else likes it. I just didn't like it as much as,
He
like, say,
probably liked it the same way he likes Black Panther.
Oh no, I put it bars above Black Panther.
Jesus.
Okay.
God. Oh, here we go. Okay.
Although, to be fair, I love Black Panther. I'd watch it every day compared to Captain Marvel. So
Lies.
Nobody
you
brought up
take that
Captain
as
Marvel.
well. What's that?
Nobody brought up Captain Marvel. You're just thinking of her constantly. I swear to God.
She's ruining my life.
The Senate says you hate Coco because it has Mexicans.
Exactly. He's like, those people are not translucent.
No, he hates Coco because he thought it was about black people.
No, I want to see that new movie called Soul. It looks good. I love the jazz aspect.
What the hell? What are you talking about?
Zod, the new movie coming out called Soul. Oh, I saw a preview of it. It looks really good.
I have no idea. I'll have to look it up.
Oh yeah, it looks really, really good.
Nobody knows of what you speak. We're not insiders like Herr General here.
Yeah, man, I accidentally saw one of the best, like,
accidentally?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the story. I went to my local theater. It was the only theater playing My Hero Academia: Heroes Rising, and I was super excited. And I was going to go and purchase a ticket, and then they go, "Oh, it's a special event, so your employee discount doesn't work. $12." And I said, "Fuck right off." So then I looked.
Oh, he can't go to a movie when he's paying full price. I knew it. Continue.
So then I look at the corner of the screen and I see the lounge, or the lodge. And I was like, the lodge? That's interesting. And then I kind of, look on the Google, and it's like, oh, it's a horror drama. And like, no, I'm not going to watch a trailer. I'm just going to go in cold and see what this movie is like. Holy fuck. One of the best not talked about horror movies ever. Like, that movie, when I came out, I was like, fuck me, what did I just watch?
You decided you never wanted to go to any lodges ever again?
Oh, God, no. And I especially... Okay, so my one big nitpick is, this dude marries this girl, right? And like, after his wife, and he leaves his
nitpick
kids.
Is heterosexuality. I knew it.
No. He leaves
Gotta be a gay
kids.
film.
No, he leaves his kids with, like, essentially this lady who's going to become their stepmother. He leaves his two kids alone in a lodge for like 5 days while he goes to work. And I was like, okay, this is like, why would you leave your kids after something that traumatically happens in the beginning of the film with a stranger
how old are the kids?
for 5 days? One kid is like, I don't know, 8 or 9, and the other one is like 12 or 13.
I mean, is the stepmom hot?
It's the girl from Handmaiden's Tale.
Oh, so
So
no.
she's all right. I mean, they had a scene of her in the shower. I was like, oh, okay.
Jesus Christ.
I mean,
I was like, the
okay.
Handmaidens did not tell us about that.
Oh my. She was a homely woman until she took her clothing off.
I didn't realize she was hiding such curves.
And I was just like, so I'm watching this, and I was like, dude, this girl from Handmaiden's Tale is going to be a phenomenal actress because she does crazy fucking extraordinarily well. Like,
Well,
oh god.
I just know her from the Invisible Man guy. Like, I ain't watched The Handmaid's Tale. I ain't watching that crap.
I'm not either.
Dude, she was phenomenal.
Well, the more you know.
Okay, yeah, I know. You all you want to see is the shower scene. We get it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
girl.
the first topic I wanted to bring up was going to be about the coronavirus. Who brought the limes?
So it begins. 38% of Americans think that the coronavirus is connected to the beer. So yes, Darwinism is an all-time high.
And actually, while we talk about this, we actually have someone who's been covering this extraordinarily well, gathering sources like nuts.
Perp's not here yet.
She's on the front line. She's the only one here wearing a mask.
Yeah, dude.
I thought we were talking about Perp. you know Perp is always on top of current affairs in this country.
Can't make me choke like that. I'm trying to inhale.
Oh no. God. So, Squirrel, give us a little background because I've got 2 articles that actually tie into this, and then I want to get your guys' thoughts on which one is handling this better. It's going to relate to films. So, give us a little background. What's the death tolls and everything, and then where is it spread? Things like that.
Oh God. Okay, so currently worldwide, there's 98,121 cases. Deaths, there's 3,388. The problem is China. It started in China, in the city of Wuhan, which is the size of like New York City, LA, and the Hubei province. That's where like ground zero was. So then it spread out of there. So China is communist, so their numbers are going to be a little skewed. There's a lot of stuff going on China's end right now, trying to CYA, but it spread from China. It started with the Diamond Princess cruise line, which was owned by Carnival. And they tried to dock in. They docked in Japan. They had 1 case on the ship. After that 1 case, it's up to the cases now. Just from the Diamond Princess, there was 3,000 plus people on board. As far as confirmed cases from that 3,000, there was 696 people that were infected. 6 died, 34 in serious condition right now, and only 40 have recovered from that 696 people. So after the Japan started getting all of these cases off the cruise liner, it spread to Iran and Italy. But I would say Italy was in there, but let's go into order. So Japan got it first from the cruise liner. South Korea started showing some cases around the same time that Italy started showing cases, and then Iran. So right now, within like a week I think it's been a week and a half. I mean, time is flying very quickly. So South Korea is currently at 6,284 cases with 42 deaths, 27 in serious and 25 in critical. Only 108 people have recovered. And I say recovered in quotes. So Italy is up to 3,858 cases with 148 deaths, 351 people are in serious condition, and only 414 people have recovered. Iran is out of control. Their numbers are going to be skewed because, hey, Iran's like China. But the numbers are very high there as well. They're in the 3,000 range. So all the other countries have like significantly gone up in number. The amount of recovered versus those that have been diagnosed is pretty low. Here in the United States, as of today, right now, which is March 6th, around almost 1 a.m, the United States has 224 cases, 14 deaths, 2 in serious condition, 6 in critical, and 9 recovered. And I say recovered in quotes again. The reason why I say the thing about the recovery rate is that the problem with this virus is it is not just the flu, but whatever makes people feel better. So just stroke your arm and say everything's going to be all right, and that'll work. It's like better than the flu shot. So how this works is that the disease can incubate
That's
up to.
not what people stroke to feel better.
Well, they can do that too. It might help them. You might get other, I mean, whatever makes you feel good. It's all about you. And, like, honestly, I've got to that point. I'm like, let's just wait 3 months. Like, that's how I feel about it now. It's like, let's see where we're at in 3 months when people start getting, there's a lot of angry people about this. Just the flu. It's overreaction. It's just a cold. I'm like, whatever, just keep stroking yourself. It'll probably help you out over the next couple of months. So the problem, though, going back to the recovery rate really quick as a summary, the reason why it's a big deal is that the virus can incubate from 14 to 27 days. One of the things that they said is people get reinfected. That's not the case of reinfection. How this works is very similar. Once someone has this infection, it can go into remission, where you have no symptoms. The test will come up negative, even though you're still carrying it. This is the reason why testing was such an issue in China, South Korea, Italy, Iran. So that means somebody can actually get the symptoms again. And there's been cases now in China, Japan, Israel, and I think there was one here in the States, something similar to it. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because that's a newer one. But anyway, so that's why you're seeing clustering of these infections. And it takes time. So all of a sudden you'll have no cases. It'll be quiet. You might have a couple here, a couple there. And then all of a sudden you have a ton. It's because of the incubation period. Some people are going to show symptoms within 7 days. Other people will show symptoms within the window of 14 to 27 days. And you can have no symptoms and still be spreading the infection. And that is, obviously, it's been hitting the elderly more so because of, it could be pre-existing conditions and also immunity compromising issues. Just you're older. It is what it is. So, yeah, that's kind of the main background.
Hey.
What?
Let me be old, okay?
Shut up. Damn it. That's a lie. But yeah, so that's like the general numbers and understanding that part. So that's the reason why, it's this is in the WHO is first off, just so that I can say this out loud, fuck the CDC. They're about as organized as the UN was during Rwanda. Super organized, down on top of that immediately. But we're seeing a lot more cases and clusterings here in the States. It's just important. My personal opinion is don't get on a cruise liner. Don't go on a fucking cruise. Please don't go to Vegas. Things like that. Common sense. Just stay away from big groups.
Stay away from the bunny ranch?
Yeah, don't go to the bunny ranch.
Yes, what the fuck, man?
And when you're at the strip club, just be aware, that lap dance might be a Corona Chan lap dance.
I mean, that lap dance can be some more dangerous things than the coronavirus.
No shit, dude.
Oh, God.
So, I mean, this is the thing about the virus itself, though, the way that's behavior. They already, like back in January, they determined that it had the high potential and it was already showing the potential of mutating. Now they've come out and said that the virus has mutated. They have found a couple different strands. Iran, I think, is a whole nother strand, which they haven't really addressed, because that's incredibly dangerous. So when you're seeing all these videos coming out of China and Iran of people like literally passing out in the road or just slumping over, these are all part of the symptoms of the coronavirus getting into the nervous system. It not only affects your breathing, because it actually can cause permanent lung damage, very similar to that, like we talked about before, of other viral diseases and so on. But it can also get into, they're finding the brain stem and spinal fluid. So this isn't just the flu. It's a little more complicated than that, and they're still trying to figure out how to control it. And it is about staying the hell away from other people. In my opinion.
One thing I must add is that I got a flu shot and I've been coronavirus free.
Good for you. I think you should go to Seattle. You want to go to Seattle? Let's go to Seattle.
Why would I go to Seattle?
Well, I just thought you'd want to check out and see if your flu vaccinations assisted you.
Wow.
So the Senate says, "Thank you, Squirrel. You gave me my daily dose of paranoia."
Well, I could go to I could go to like Epcot and go to like the China section or the Japan section.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That is not how the Senate gets paranoid every day. I don't believe that for a second.
You need to go see Milan. That'll help.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Never.
You know how PB feels about remakes? I will be their opening day.
Dude, they turned my wife off of that movie when she found out that they cut the man out.
Yep.
She said, "Oh, they cut the other main character out."
You talk about Morgan Freeman? You talking about Morgan Freeman?
No, whoever the love interest is in the movie Mulan.
Yeah, Morgan Freeman.
Oh my, Shellback. Oh my.
What? I don't know his name.
But doesn't your wife call everyone Morgan Freeman if they're not white?
No, she's not like General Zod.
Stone Cold Jeremy in chat says
She knows
introverts
the
have been
difference
waiting for
between
this.
black and brown.
That's hilarious. Stone Cold Jeremy in chat says introverts have been preparing for something like this their whole lives. Yeah, exactly. The hermits unite.
Give me a hell yeah.
Like, no shots, no virus either. That's true.
And really quick, while we're on this, you know what is contagious? The great information you get on this channel. So if you like this channel, hit that like button.
No,
and
Jesus
if you
Christ.
do, then subscribe and get infected here in the fandom zone.
You're fired, dude.
Yo, that was worse promo than Perp promoting his Perp gear.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, where's Perp?
He brings up the merch. I was like, I gave him this nice segue to bring up the merch, and he brings it up, and he's like, "Yeah, these things are kind of expensive." And LB's like, "What are you doing?"
You're supposed to go with the great affordable price.
I'm like,
it was bad.
I'm trying to get him to sell some leggings. He's like, man, this girl booty flat. I'm like, bro.
Yeah, he's like, oh man, he's like, there's nothing there. I was like, I don't know if you can request the thick chick to put the leggings in.
God bless Perp.
Yeah.
It was spectacular.
Oh no.
So the reason why I bring up the coronavirus and give some facts, because there is
Whoa. You didn't give any fucking facts. It was Mad Squirrel.
Yeah, come on now. Stop marginalizing the female squirrel.
Oh shit.
Unbelievable.
What are you, an American?
Yeah. Hashtag American.
First off, it is not marginalizing, it is villainy.
Call the cops.
So now here's an interesting thing. This has been a tragic thing that's happened, and the media is using this to their advantage to now say the box office is suffering. All of these great blockbusters are losing their revenue because of the virus that's going on, not because we made a shitty movie, but
maybe
because
of
the virus.
Yeah, the movie's probably caused the fucking virus. The Milan movie.
No, the raid called it. Yeah.
Oh, don't let Perp let you say that. He'll let you have one. He'll be like, nah, man, Ray is perfect.
Oh my god.
But so there's two opposing cinematic approaches coming up. We have James Bond, No Time to Die, or as I like to call it, the eventual death of my favorite franchise coming out. And they pushed back their dates because they feel like the virus is going to affect their box office sales. Now, on the other end, we have Marvel's Black Widow. And Disney takes a stance and said they are still releasing their movie. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on this because I find this interesting. And I hate to say this, but is Disney actually making the right stance in this one? They are confident in their product.
No.
Hold on, I'm gonna come at this from a different angle. They're confident in the Marvel brand, right? In the name Marvel, in the character Black Widow, and they're saying we're gonna release this anyways, despite the fact that the box office numbers could be hurt internationally. While James Bond is coming out. What's that?
What percentage of every MCU movie does the box office come directly from China? Like for Avengers Endgame, they damn near matched America.
That is true. But I mean, when you look at
it's huge in China, and if nobody's going to any movies at all in China, because they're all like, no, I would like to survive, so I'm going to stay home. So nobody goes to a movie there. You're going to miss out on $50 to $100 million possibly.
So here's the question then. Do you think that this Marvel movie, if they're going to be, I'm assuming, relying on domestic and maybe some foreign markets, because there still is some people who are going to the movies in the foreign markets, do you think that they have nothing to worry about? Do you guys think that the movie is going to be fine? Or do you think that this is actually going to affect the totals that this movie is going to bring in? We'll start with Black Widow. What do you guys think?
You want us to give a total?
No, I just want you to give your opinion on whether or not that they're going to be affected by this virus.
Black Widow comes out in 2 months. Like, who knows what can happen in the next 2 months as far as this. Like, I'm no scientist or no expert, but they could come up with a cure for this in 2 weeks. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's possible. Right. I guess I don't know. Like 2 months away. If it keeps getting worse by the time April comes around, then they would have to change the date.
Yeah.
But right now, no, man.
We're still early in this.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I mean, it doesn't take much to push the movie back, I wouldn't think.
I would honestly push this. I would push out all the premieres just a bit to accommodate it, because they're not going to see their numbers if things continue going in the way that it's going and it's not isolated, or meaning distanced a little bit, and to try to cut it off at the pass before it really gets bad. The truth is, like, the markets, people are still going to be carrying that paranoia of the spread, especially in regions like China, which is one of their bigger markets, right? So they could probably take it to a streaming service and do like a pay to watch type thing, which they've done before. They have that availability. I think that's something they should definitely consider. For
Disney
places
Plus.
Well, yeah, but have it they could have a separate streaming service for new releases, like they've done for other films. They've done that here in the States on films that are currently in theaters, and having them available like on a pay-per-view thing. I think they could do that in the Asian regions to try to accommodate those losses, but they're not going to see the numbers they still want to see, I don't think. I don't know. They got to reevaluate what the hell they're doing, but it's that ignorant bullshit going on right now. Really is. It's going to snap everybody. It's going to be interesting. I'm enjoying a lot of this to some extent, because I think that we need a reality check a little bit about how screwed our economies are connected together. Like where we make our products, for example.
Yeah.
China.
Yeah. Man, you're right. You all the way woke.
Coronavirus is the reason that Bob Iger quits, because then he didn't have to go to all of these public events for all of his movies for his company.
Maybe.
That's unfortunate. It's terrible.
Or maybe this is the reason why they didn't fire Kathleen Kennedy, because they know the coronavirus is around.
Ooh, tinfoil hat. We broke it first, LB. You damn ingenious person, you.
So yeah. It's either that gonna happen or they're gonna blame all the box office on Kathleen Kennedy.
Corona Kathleen. Oh my.
Oh, oh, her villainy is infectious.
We all knew
She's
it. God.
Oh, thanks for responding to me in the chat, LB. I appreciate that.
Hey man, we are family.
It's good family looking out. That's good.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, all right. So, No Time to Die was supposed to come out in a few weeks, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
pushed it. They pushed it to December now.
I thought they put.
Holy
I thought they moved it to November. They changed the date again.
Yeah,
No,
from
he
what I was
probably
seeing,
has
hold on,
it
I'll pull
wrong.
out the article. But yeah, I believe it said December.
I mean, let's just
Let-
go
let's-
with the
yeah.
end of the year.
Let's check for myself.
Yeah, like
November 25th. I mean, that's when the last two
Okay.
James Bond movies came out, if I can remember, because I remember seeing one of them on Thanksgiving
yeah, I
weekend
swear
with
to
my
God, I
mom.
thought they were
Yeah,
Thanksgiving movies.
yeah.
That's a
And they
ways off.
seem to do okay.
I think it'll do. I don't know. I'm
Yes.
afraid to say that, but
Spectre came out November 6th, and then Skyfall came out November 9th. Yeah. Yeah, I remember because I saw the last one Thanksgiving weekend with my mom. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, and this one's November 25th, and the UK release is November 12th.
Yeah, because she was out the country, and then when she got back, that's when we went to go see her. Yeah, I remember.
I guess
So-
when we get closer to that date, we'll know. It really, honestly, just depends on, because we really don't know in some of these countries, specifically like the Asian markets, how bad, their economics are taking a huge downfall. Obviously, their production is at nothing still. I mean, even though, quote, people are going back to work now, it's still very much a fluid situation that changes all the time. So I don't know what the economy is going to look like, especially because we're all globally connected. That's the issue. My God.
I'm not connected to China, so I'm good.
Zod is in a different dimension, so I don't worry about
Holy fucking shit.
There he goes, messing the thing up as usual.
I just live up in the woods, so I'm hoping they're not going to come and get me.
But
Yeah,
yes, so I mean, so we have Bond going out to November, but Black Widow's still releasing, and yeah, PB brought up an interesting point that Endgame's box office was mirrored in the international. I think it'll be interesting to see exactly how.
That's not what I said.
What you were talking
I
about?
said the
Endgame.
box office of America was mirrored in China. The international was like, over 2/3.
Yeah.
Because it only made like 630 million in America, and it made 2.794 billion.
Yeah, man.
So that's an awfully large. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Endgame made 858 million domestically, 1.9 billion, 1.9 billion international, and in China it made.
I must have been thinking of Infinity War.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Infinity War barely made it to 700, I think, because it didn't pass Black Panther. Yeah, China, it made $614 million.
Oh, shit.
That's a big chunk of change.
Yeah, that's making more than most movies make total. Yeah,
Right.
man. I mean, Hollywood. This is Hollywood's fault, kind of, because not the virus, but depending on the China market so much.
Well, you know what?
That's true.
Let's just blame them for it. Fuck it.
I'm okay with
It's
it.
Kathleen Kennedy spreading the virus. I blame her. She
Corona.
caused all this.
You'll see that in a YouTube video coming soon.
Conspiracy.
I should make that
everything else?
video.
Corona Kathleen. We all knew it.
Yeah.
The Kennedy Corona. Oh my.
So then, do you guys feel like Disney is in fact playing a bit of a gamble here? They are in fact gambling with a lot of money, or maybe they don't even care about Black Widow. I mean, it feels like
Nah,
with the
I wouldn't go there because that's the first movie of Phase 4.
Yeah, that's
I
don't
mean,
say that.
Maybe
That's
they
crazy
know.
talk.
Maybe they know the numbers aren't going to be that good, just based on it's a lot of overkill going on with this. With the amount of films that they've been producing and the remakes and all that. Maybe they know they were going to take a hit anyway. This is just kind of like what they did with Birds of Prey.
Black Widow's making depending on this virus, it's gonna make $1 billion.
Oh yeah, I mean, in the end, they'll make some money. It's just a question of how much of a hit economically are they going to take. Go for it, PB.
It all comes down to the rumor of whether or not Tony Stark is going to make a cameo. If he makes a cameo in the movie, it'll make $1 billion. Doesn't matter.
Here's an interesting idea. People have been saying, "Oh, maybe they'll bring Black Widow back," but in the comic books and the fact that I'm kind of backing up my theory here is that and hold on before you go. No such quote source material. It just goes in line with this movie coming out. In the comics, her sister winds up taking the mantle of Black Widow for a while after she died in the comic books. And then she came back because that's what they do in Marvel. So is it possible that this movie is also setting up for them to have her sister be the sort of Black Widow in these new phases of the movie? Because I didn't even think about that. I was like, oh yeah, she had the title of Black Widow for a while. So
you didn't think about something?
It happens. Zod has thoughts.
I mean, me personally, man, I wish they would just move on to new characters and not this. Hey, you could be the Black Captain America. Hey, you could be the next Black Widow. Hey, you could be the next the Black Panther. Like, you got so many characters that you could do.
You could be the next female Thor.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
Like I'm hoping it plays out a little differently in that movie when we get around to it, because it's supposed to be the last one of the phase. So hopefully it's all contained in one story and it gets, put back the way it's supposed to fucking be. But whatever.
I don't believe a word they're saying about the female Thor thing. So, I mean, just look at Ragnarok. There was nothing Ragnarok-y about that movie.
I mean, there was a giant demon that drove a sword into the heart of Asgard and exploded the whole fucking thing in Hela's face. That seems a little Ragnarok-y.
Yeah, after about 100 million jokes.
And it had Jeff Goldblum.
You win.
There was no T-Rex, but he gave a better speech than in Jurassic World.
Life finds a way.
Get out.
Most people don't know Ragnarok is what happened to Krypton.
Okay, but you're talking about, I thought you were going to talk about bringing Black Widow back, not changing her into a different character, and then you're just calling that new person Black Widow. They can bring anybody back because they can continue to do these period piece movies. They've already done them. Captain Marvel is a period piece movie. Technically, Captain America is a period piece movie because the MCU started in 2008 and then they go back in time to Captain America in 1942.
That's true.
Like anytime they go back in time, they can bring back any character. They're like, oh, we're going to tell a story that takes place in 2013, a year after the Avengers movie. That's Hawkeye going on a mission to do something ridiculous. And I'd be like, oh, okay, I'll watch that. Sure, why not?
Plot twist,
I feel like you'd watch anything in connected universes.
Shellback in chat says coronavirus is like General Zod. Everyone is curious and concerned about it, but not exactly sure why.
Not until it's too late.
Trey Courtney in chat says, as long as the Halloween Kills release date isn't changed, I'm good. And then Shellback said, I'm the next Black Panther. Okay. And then
oh my God, Turtle Panther? What the hell's a Turtle Panther?
Racist. Let's see. Stone Cold Jeremy says Ragnarok is the fall of Asgard. Seemed like that's what happened at LB.
Oh, well, thank you for mansplaining to me. I only saw Thor Ragnarok in the movie theater and on the 4K Blu-ray, but yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Oh,
And Dr. Jägermeister, hey PB, can you read that? Because I don't want to screw it up. I'm the worst with certain words like Sutra.
Sutra.
Did
Sutra
kill Hela in the original Norse legend?
Yes, it did. Dr. Jägermeister's comment. Yeah. Did Sutra kill Hela in the original Norse legend? No, not sure. That's a good question. Anyone know?
I don't know. I'm not a Viking from Norway that blocks people on Twitter because they talk about Star Wars.
And then Stone Cold Jeremy says that he's here to help.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame he blocked us because we could ask him that question.
So,
Yep.
So, Stig
Darn.
blocked you guys about the EU?
Yeah.
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 yeah, and he's out of our group.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
This is the first time
It's
Zod
ridiculous.
did not piss off at the person who left.
Yeah, I
like-
only caught the tail end of all of that scandal, so I'm like, okay. Like, that was a busy day for me, so, like, when I was seeing a fight about EU, I was like, well, okay.
Well, I didn't think it was going to go off the rails because Stig made a comment to me when he put up his little list of the levels of canon in the alternate universe that is the EU, like, George said, but that's beside the point. And at the end of the comment, it said, well, if you don't think that Clone Wars is EU, you must be smoking more dope than usual. And then all I did was tag perp-minded 420 with a question mark. That was the joke. That was it.
Oh wow,
And then they started going back and forth, and he's like, what the hell?
Well,
And then we all got blocked.
at least he didn't call you a clown and link you to
No, he
YouTube.
called me a dumbass and a moron.
Well, did he call you that and link to YouTube videos of morons?
No, I guess he didn't. But I
Yeah.
did see the thumbnail for that clown video. I obviously didn't click on it.
He called me a clown and don't know what I'm talking about and linked to video of a clown. I'm like, okay, that's creative.
That's pretty funny.
Let the asteroid come, people. I'm telling you. I'm done. Corona-chan.
Hey, as long as when it comes, it hits like right next to me because I don't want to be around for the fallout. Like, I just want to be incinerated.
Amen to that.
That's fair. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so
Like they did to the EU and Disney bought it.
and speaking of ridiculousness, I'm just gonna read a ridiculous article here because I like a little
About
levity.
what?
About Billy Porter reveals his fairy godmother to Camila Cabello's Cinderella will be
Camila
genderless.
Cabello?
Whatever.
I thought your mom was Puerto
Holy shit
Rican.
balls. No shit,
I didn't
man.
say I.
Like,
Zod
I'm
does
white
not
as
speak
hell in
Spanish.
northern Wisconsin, and you're allegedly half Puerto Rican, and you can't say Camila Cabello?
I speak Kryptonian, not Latin.
Oh, my.
Holy fuck.
Shellback wanted to point out real quick that Twitter blocking is okay. Cock blocking is not okay. That's his. The more you know.
No, bruh. Twitter blocking's never okay. Like, why are you blocking people for disagreeing on
There's a
Star
mute
Wars?
button. You just hit the mute button. That's what
all.
LB does. He's like, hey, this conversation's ridiculous. Here's my comment, and now I'm going to mute it. And I read that,
Exactly.
and I laughed my ass off.
Exactly.
I had no idea it escalated to that point. I just went in there, saw some comments, read a few. I didn't know it went in that direction though. So now I know. Sorry.
Neither did us. He must have did it all at once. He's like, I'm sick of dealing with these ridiculous Americans. What the fuck?
Oh my!
You forgot to add a pun.
Sorry, Zod. I didn't mean to off track you there.
I can't do like terrible puns.
Oh man. Yeah, I found out like when I went to go get screenshots for my stream, and I'm like, oh, I'm blocked. Well,
Yeah, LB's like, okay, I got to get everything ready for tonight, and then he's like, oh shit, he blocked me. I can't get any of those tweets. Okay then. From memory, it is.
yeah, and like, and his account is private, so I couldn't log out of Twitter and just go to his page.
Nope.
God, man. Oh God.
I don't even know how to do that. Like, I'd have to look in how to making it private because, like, that seems like too many extra steps for Twitter.
Oh well. Sometimes in life.
Article time.
So, whoever said that Cinderella is an outdated fairy tale is going to need to clear their schedule on February 5th next year, because it sounds like the musical adaptation starring that name Zod will not say because he speaks Kryptonian is ready to redefine genre and gender. According to Billy Porter, the legendary performer who co-stars with...
Legendary performer?
I swear to Christ, that's what the article said.
Okay. What website is this from?
This is from The Loop.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it. Continue.
Cabello, his portrayal of the title Fairy Godmother will be genderless. In a new interview with CBS News, Porter explained that this is on the Fairy Godmother is unlike anything fans has ever seen, despite being played by so many iconic actresses. It hit me when I was on set last week how profound it is that I am playing the Fairy Godmother. They call it the Fab G. What?
What the fuck was? Are they speaking in that social speak shit? Like that's adorbs. Put it on the social. Man. Fuck.
Oh, this is gonna be a great play. This play is gonna be magical. Oh my God, this gets better. This comic gets so much better. Magic has no gender. We are presenting this character as genderless. At least that's how I'm playing it. It's really powerful. The Cinderella is a classic fairy tale for new generations to be able to play this genderless, fabulous fairy god. I can't call it a mother because it's genderless, so fairy god. What a gift. Thank you at CBS News for sitting down with me and catching up about this role.
Man.
All I gotta say about this is if Cinderella's fairy god whatever is genderless, how are they going to use the bathroom?
That's a good question.
I have a feeling he's going to have to use the male bathroom.
You know, every time they open their mouth, I guess that'll be the equivalent.
So, I mean, we saw other adaptations into the play universe, but this is like really gun-ho on the politics here. Like, wow, Fab G. Fab fucking G?
That's very cringy. I'm not gonna lie.
Look at you, picture kids going. That Fab G was a great performance. I love the Fab G. I hope Fab G makes my wishes come true.
Who was this legendary actor again?
Billy Porter.
Who the fuck?
He's that one black guy that be wearing all kind of outrageous dresses at the award shows.
Oh, okay. He's a Broadway
okay.
performer. Okay.
Man, I ain't got much to say
Yeah,
about
Broadway is trash.
I ain't got nothing to say about him. I ain't getting canceled later on in life.
It's one of those things. If they say that they're a legend, then therefore they must be, because what? The Broadway theater groups say so. Those modern cliques. Okay. Like, whatever. Oh, whatever. Okay. I know who he is now.
The only clicks that I care about are the ones on YouTube. Or wait, that's spelled different. My bad.
Billy Porter.
Excellent point. So yeah, this is the adaptation we have to look forward to. That'll be great. Highlight star and extras. This
What
is
do
a
you mean
play.
look forward to? Like to mock the hell out of?
Oh yeah, I want to see Fab G. I want to see how Fab G does ferrying.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, ferrying. Jesus.
Now that was a pun.
That was magnificently done. He's a ferrying and a flirring. How quaint. Oh my god. That dude was recently on Sesame Street, wasn't he? Like there was some like outcry because the dude was on Sesame Street. Yeah, that Billy Porter guy. And he was wearing like a suit dress, and it was, I don't know, I didn't see the episode because I just saw photographs from set and all that. And I was like, I don't give a shit.
You don't have HBO? Isn't that what they're on now?
Yeah, I might as well. And Trey Courtney says Fab G is a retarded name. Absolutely.
And welcome back, the most magical unicorn in the land. Bitchy. Yes, I noticed you, and I shouted you out. Bam.
Yeah, way more magical than this fucking movie we got to forward to look. Oh, it's got me all confused. I don't want to watch this shit.
You don't want to see Fab G?
Oh, God.
No.
Oh my god! I want to dedicate a video to this.
Not ever for anything. Period. Or wait, no, I misspoke. Not ever for anything. Period. 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 That's how Joe would say it.
I think finally Soy Cole has found his thing to advocate for. I think Soy Cole has found a new cause. Fab G must play everywhere.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Like,
you better tag Joe's videos properly. They better all have #MeToo in them.
Oh yes.
Oh god.
Oh, this is brilliant. Yes, I got some editing to do. This is gonna be fun.
You sounded like Billy Porter right now.
Big time.
I'm getting my voice
I was not
ready.
expecting that. Like, what happened? Like, he's already channeling him?
Yeah. Creepy.
Creepy. Oh my god.
Like, but seriously, like, this is so ridiculous. Like, this is the shit we need to be mocking. Because, like, I mean, there's a reason why they didn't do this in the live action. Because could you imagine the live action doing this shit? Oh my god.
Man, Disney would never do this.
No. But, okay, so LB, you know a lot in the realm of Disney.
I do?
Yeah, man.
Oh, interesting. Apparently I don't know anything.
Okay, so from your perspective, does Disney have connections to these like offshoot plays that they do? Are they connected in name? Do they endorse them?
No. Cinderella is public domain. Anybody can make a Cinderella movie or story.
Trey Courtney says, dude, Cinderella going to Crystal Lake and I'll watch it.
Oh. That'd be wild.
Oh. Cement shoes. Yeah, I think it'll be really good. Oh, Shellback. He says, if there is no gender, no money will I render. Oh my.
I've got to give credit where credit is due, buddy. You got some good ones tonight.
I really hope.
Is on fire.
I really hope I don't come across one of those. There's more than two gender people in my life. I really hope so.
What do you?
You know you will.
Like, No, man. They'll be taken out by the virus, and then you'll emerge from the cave, and they'll be like, a baker's dozen of people left.
Interesting.
Oh my god. Dude, I don't know.
Just stock up on not peach pie.
Yeah.
Man. There was 2 additional deaths in Washington State just now announced.
What?
Yeah. Sorry. It just went up a couple deaths.
And you wanted me to go to Washington. Wow.
Hey, I wanted to see if the flu vac worked.
It does.
Really? I wanted you to go and check it out and see if
It works perfectly fine in the
Then go
Lonely
to
Cave.
Seattle. Go to the Emerald City Comic Con. They're still gonna have.
Look here, Squirrel. It works perfectly fine in the Lonely Cave.
You're gonna be
I
like
don't
at
know.
the
I
Comic
think the
Con.
loneliness helps.
You heard that they're still gonna have that Emerald City Comic Con, right? That's in Seattle, that big one.
Oh,
Hey, you
yeah,
know, that
okay.
one will be the most infectious.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many people go to that typically? Like 10,000?
100,000 people.
Oh, 100,000. Holy
sir.
shit.
It's a big Comic Con. Like, it's one of the
Is
largest.
that the biggest one that ever happens in the state of Washington?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's massive. So yeah, they're still having that. I saw Ethan Klein post about it and a bunch of other people all day.
And when is that supposed to happen?
Shit. That's a good. Hold on one second.
Oh, I can definitely do that. I'm more than willing to hold on 1 second so that you can find the information that
Yeah,
I
there's
was
a lot
wondering.
of upset people. The actual notice, the con, they're still having all their exhibitors. But they've had 31 cancellations from vendors, artists, and authors that were supposed to be there, and that's as of the 3rd. And I'm like, then why are you doing this? People are dumb.
Right?
Yeah, but they're actually it looks like the governor of Washington is considering making it illegal to hold public gatherings over a certain number of people to limit the spread of the virus. Yeah, they should. But anyway, the Comic-Con says, let's see here. I'm trying to find the actual notice they had put up that they were going to be doing it. Yeah, the actual county where they're holding the con is telling people not to attend. I mean,
okay, because I know that's something that Shellback would be interested in, because I know he went to it last year.
Oh, that's right, he did. Hold on one second. I'm going to find their notice, because they did release an actual note about it, and they got a lot of heat on social media about it for all the right reasons. I'm looking at all the updates of people just bitching. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, he went there, and he was like, okay, I'm a YouTube personality, so I'm going to take that advantage, and I'm going to interview a bunch of chicks in costumes. Well played, Shellback. Well played.
Yeah, there was last year the total number of people that attended was 100,000 people just for that con. So that's people flying in too. That's not just locals, obviously. So, because I know the con we have here in San Antonio.
No, there's not that many nerds in West Washington State. I mean, there are a lot, I'm sure. Fucking Seattle.
Yeah.
I think it's in a week. I think they have it in a week. Here we go. They've actually had released a press notice from Emerald City saying, we're committed to following the enhanced cleaning guidelines, precautions, and procedures that we recently deployed. Yeah. And at their PAX event in Boston and also in Chicago, we also insist that all fans, guests, and exhibitors adhere to good sense and all protocols as suggested by the CDC. We're fully prepared to adjust our plans as the situation in and around Seattle develops. We are following and will remain in compliance with all city, state, and federal guidelines. If the direction from federal, state, or local public health officials does change between now and then and the show, we'll adhere to that guidance, act upon it immediately, and update you. But as this point, as of March 4th, they were still going to have this thing. So I think it's in a week.
Okay.
What a freaking. So, yes, 100,000 people roughly. Now, I mean, obviously, you're going to see less than that because people are going to stay home or avoid. Because this Washington State's telling anybody who's 60 plus not to go out anywhere with crowds.
Interesting.
Yeah, because of how much it's targeted the elderly, or older citizens or seniors or however you want to put it. But it also applies to people with pre-existing conditions. So, I mean, they put all these notices out.
Does it count as a pre-existing condition if you had your neck snapped?
Yeah.
It's okay.
Don't go out,
Zod is
Zod.
Kryptonian. I am immune to your Earth diseases. Only Kryptonian flus hit me.
The Comic-Con is scheduled.
Okay. So you're going?
The Comic-Con is scheduled March 12th through the 16th next week. So.
Okay. Jeez.
Ooh. I should do a Corona stream.
Oh God. From Emerald City, look at the people dropping in the hallway.
They're cosplaying as the virus. Oh my.
Oh my gosh. I see you're dressed as a crown. You got it.
Exactly. Corona Chan. Yeah, that was one thing that was a recent thing they were talking about. I know they're also talking about canceling a huge, the Alta Music Festival down in Miami, which is one of the largest EDM concerts in the United States. Really, it's one of, but it's huge, and they're canceling it, I believe. Yeah, they're in the talks of canceling it, which they should. Miami already has cases, so it is what it is.
I mean, okay, I got a question. LB, maybe you have an answer for this one because you've been paying more attention than the other two, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Has the attendance at NBA basketball games started to drop at all because of this?
No.
Okay, because I was going to say that if this is still going on when football season rolls around and they drop the price of Packer tickets, I'm fucking going.
Yep. There's a meme about this. Like, it was talking about, like, coronavirus on cruise liners, and the next part of it says $40 per seat. Okay.
Oh, yeah, I seen that one. My wife showed it to me. That was freaking hilarious.
Oh, God. Yeah, I know the cruise liners and airliners, like, they were showing some, what do you call it, airliners. One was from London to New York City, and it was absolutely empty.
Whoa.
And I was like, wow. And that's unusual, big time, with the amount of traffic that goes across. And it was either United. It was a United flight. So I don't know. But I know the cruise liners, like right now I do have a friend who's going on a cruise in 2 weeks. And I'm like, I'm not lying. Right now we do have another cruise ship off the coast of San Francisco. People might have heard about that. Where what happened was originally is a person from Washington and a person from California, separate strains apparently, coming from different areas. One I think I don't know, but anyway, they went on this cruise from San Francisco to Mexico. They went home. Everything ended. Fast forward to about a week to 2 weeks later, and now there's people on board the same ship that have now gotten the virus. Because they didn't disinfect the cruise liner well enough, I guess. I don't know, but everyone's under quarantine on that ship. I don't know the exact number. So that's another cruise liner issue. I'm like, dude, don't take a cruise right now. Just wait. You know, your health is more expensive than that cruise is. Just saying.
Maybe. Depends. If you're going on a Disney cruise, I beg to differ.
That's so true. Oh my God.
He's like, what did you drop the price of that Disney cruise to? Maybe.
This is the perfect time for Zod to take that trip to Japan. Yes.
And die.
No, Squirrel, I got a question for you.
Yo.
Is this virus in the Philippines at all? Because my mother is apparently taking a trip to the Philippines, and then my wife told me today that apparently my sister is also going to the Philippines, and I was like, well, yeah, but nobody cares if my sister gets stuck in the Philippines. They just want my mom to come back.
Yeah, yeah. The Philippines.
Oh.
The Philippines have a lower case count, but the problem is the Philippines are not testing. So
Oh, oh
yeah,
my God.
they're testing
Oh my
only to an extent.
God.
Yeah, they're only a lot of these countries are because they don't have the proper test kits. I mean, it's a bit of a nightmare. So the Philippines currently has 5 cases, 1 death, 1 person in serious condition, and 2 recoveries. But that's the problem is that they're not really educating the public enough there. That's what I was reading from the local news there, and people were concerned about it. Meaning they're trying to downplay it quite a bit for tourism reasons. So they're not adequately testing.
Oh, yay.
So, that's basically what I was reading. And a lot of countries are faced kind of like what we're doing here in the States. Hashtag proactive. It's such a
Just
CDC
wash
's a
your
joke.
hands and sneeze into your elbow. You'll be fine. Did you
It's
get a
the
flu shot?
flu.
You're good.
I'm good.
You're good. Everyone go to Seattle then.
You're
Just go
good.
to
Just get your
Seattle.
flu shot. Stay in your lonely cave. Get
Yep.
the right kind of pie, and you'll be good.
Do you know how much it costs to go to Seattle? I went to Seattle a few years ago. It's not cheap to fly there.
Yeah, it's gonna be real expensive going home too.
Direct from Orlando.
Yeah, you got to fly to Atlanta, then you go to Seattle.
How much does that cost?
The flight was like 800 when I did it.
Holy
I
shit.
think that was a
Yeah.
round trip.
That's coast to coast.
Right.
though. It
I
makes
would
sense.
assume you were talking round trip. I was going to say, no way it's 800 one way unless you bought the ticket like the day you were flying.
Triple
Yeah.
your costs and return from Seattle. See how the return looks like.
Oh, my God.
Well, I don't understand, like, why you keep wanting me to go to Seattle?
I just want to see if the flu
He just
vaccination
wants
works.
to see how strong that flu vaccine is.
Well, you can go to Seattle and test this out, too.
I didn't take the flu
She did-
vaccination, dude.
Yeah.
Nope.
She didn't take that vaccine.
No,
Well, you might want to get it.
fuck the vaccine.
My dad
dude.
doesn't take it either because every time he gets the flu vaccine, he gets sick.
Yep. Last time I had the flu vaccine, I was sicker than a dog from the flu. So no, thank you. I'm good.
Well, I guess you got that weak immune system because I'm strong as a bull.
Go to Seattle, dude.
Yeah, but you're from England and she's from Miami.
Exactly.
Colonialism.
Like, isn't Miami in the tropics, right?
Yeah, it's Cuba basically.
Yeah, so you're lower than the Tropic of Cancer. Like, that's going to hurt your immunity.
Yep.
Well, you know what? I've got the
shit.
cure for this. You know
Oh?
who would
The
figure
more
out,
you know.
you know who would figure out
the
this
more you can
issue?
bullshit on the internet.
The one person who could figure out and solve this issue and become the person who saves us with a vaccine is the Batman. So let's read this great article about the new car revealed in the Batman.
Oh Jesus.
Here we
sick.
go again.
Oh,
Oh,
he made it
Did
though.
you-
He made it.
okay, hold on.
So-
Before you read it, did everyone see the new car?
Yes.
Yeah, I talked about it yesterday on my stream.
Well, I knew that you did. I guess I was asking Squirrel more
Oh,
specifically.
my
I didn't
bad.
know if
My
he
fault.
did.
Yeah, I saw
I
the
was
picture.
going to say, I watched your stream, LV.
I know. You're a very good supporter.
Yeah, I
Okay,
saw
so,
it. I
yeah,
like
we
it,
all
yeah.
seen it.
Mhm.
Continue, General.
Thank you. So, I have this from the Hollywood Reporter, and
Oh.
they talk about the car and kind of what it looks like and everything. I like it, but Zod appreciates a good Earth muscle car.
Yeah. Trey Courtney.
Stylistically.
Trey Courtney in chat says it was solid, but it looks a little too fast and furious in the front.
Stylistically, it is reminiscent of the most stripped down sports car like designs that appeared in the comic books throughout the 70s and 80s. Batman's new ride has been revealed with the Batman filmmaker, Matt Reeves, sharing the first photos of the Batmobile on Wednesday. Stylistically, the latest on-screen Batmobile is reminiscent of most of the stripped-down sports car-like designs that appear in the comic books throughout the 70s and 80s, when the more grandiose visuals were traded in for something that wouldn't have looked out of place in the real world if it wasn't for the bright blue and black paint job that inevitably featured Bat iconograph on the hood for easy identification. It's a design that is specifically eschews the traditional noir and art deco influences for something invoking a more homemade, less finished look, giving the Batman more of a visual identity of his own. As close to artisan craft Batman as it's possible to get for a billionaire playboy dressing up to fight crime. The Batman stars Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne / Batman, Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, Paul Dano as Riddler, Colin Farrell as the Penguin, and yeah, the rest of this is just tune in to see the Batman.
I wasn't expecting you to say that.
No,
If
Zod
they
will
turn
not
fucking
struggle.
Bullseye into the Penguin.
Yeah, I think he'd do this a lot better than he did Daredevil. Oh,
Okay, but except you remember who played the last Penguin? Like, he don't look like Colin Farrell.
yeah. Traditionally, though, in the comics, that was off. So the
I mean,
look they're
unless they're
giving him
gonna
is
do a
more.
whole bunch to make him look like different CGI wise or something, or with a bunch of makeup or something like that, like
Yeah,
they did
makeup,
back in
prosthetics.
what is that? The second Batman movie,
Yeah,
or is that the first one?
it was the second one, Batman Returns.
Okay.
So I mean, it's so hard. I'm liking the different kind of unique style choices, but I can't help but feeling shades of Christopher Nolan. What do you guys think about
I
that?
feel
Like
like
it
you need
feels.
to move your microphone because I didn't hear what you said.
I'm feeling. I'm feeling like this is a bit of what Christopher Nolan was trying to do, taking Batman to a more grounded feel as opposed to the fantastical approach that like Tim Burton took.
Okay.
Do you
I
think
would say that
grounded
Tim
works
Burton's
better?
is more cartoonish.
Yes, very much so. It's
Mhm.
very wacky and zany. I mean, LB, you like Christopher Nolan's work, right?
No, I hate him.
All right then.
Oh my god.
Oh, man.
Oh no.
Nah, the picture look cool, man. I don't care about these behind the scene pictures and stuff, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of people grabbing for stuff. Batman fans are interesting because they're very, I don't know, weird in what
No,
they
I'll
want.
say the
And
same thing that I said before. I don't understand why frickin' Matt Reeves seems to be taking his frickin', I don't know what frickin' cell phone he has, and he's taking these pictures with his damn cell phone and releasing them instead of having his professional photographers on set take the pictures and release those, and we get fucking blurry pictures.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, guy? You literally have professionals there on set taking pictures and filming constantly, but you're like, hey, check it out. I can also be a professional. Look at this. And I was like, look at what? Look at the soft focus of the side of the Batmobile.
yeah, or it's
Like,
too
there were
dark to
3
see.
pictures, and only one of them was perfectly clear. And I like what it looks like, but son of a bitch, man, just let a professional take the pictures.
Yeah.
It's interesting that this is the most I've seen as far as these films where they're releasing so much on-set stuff. It's like they're trying to gauge what people are gonna say. Do you get that feeling? Like, damn, this thing doesn't even have a trailer yet, and I feel like I've seen more behind the scenes than any trailer can give us.
I mean, compared to the last couple DC movies, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
At least at the stage that they're at. I mean, the movie's not going to come out for another year?
Yeah. It's,
Or over a year?
I don't know. It's really weird. It's like almost like the film director wants to see what the buzz is online. And he's like, oh, okay, well, they like the design. We're going to keep it the same, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
Interesting.
Comes out June 25th, 2021.
Okay. Yeah, so that's like over a year.
Yup.
So, I don't know. There might be something to that of gauging what people think.
Yeah.
I mean, with how simple the car is, it doesn't really take that much to change it or even get an entirely new car, really.
Right.
Like, I'm just glad that I don't see, at least from the pictures, like they could obviously be hidden, but I'm really hoping there are no battling guns.
He just starts mowing down people in the middle.
Yep, like that needs to not happen, especially because this is supposed to be, from what I understand, like Batman year one-ish, so he's not supposed to be this old curmudgeon that's like, you know what, fuck everyone, I'll just kill all the bad guys.
And brand the other ones. That was like, I was like, okay, wow, like Batman's pissed. Like that guy probably just robbed a
just
store.
Wanted to look like a badass.
Yeah.
Like burn the bat symbol with the batarang into the guy's chest. I was like, Jesus Christ. Wayne hates everyone. Did he have a bad board meeting? Yeah. He was like, no, fuck these figures. Where's a bad guy?
Yeah, he had a bad board meeting because they said they couldn't make the guns any bigger on his Batmobile.
He's like,
they're like,
fuck
dude,
you, Lucius.
We can't put rocket launchers on everything. That's not how it works.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like Trey Courtney here said he preferred Batmobile as a tank, like on BVS and Nolan movies.
I mean,
so
I really wouldn't say that the one on BVS is like the one on Nolan. I mean, there's no way that you could ever have the one from BVS turn into the Bat Cycle.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucking amazing. Like, tell me nobody out there saw that shit coming. No way.
Man, I don't even remember that.
What?
I don't even remember the Batmobile in BVS.
Oh, in BVS. The only thing I remember of the Batmobile in BVS is towards the beginning when he turns his lights on in like some freaking warehouse or something, and he starts mowing down the bad guys, and he's like, you know what? I'm not sure if they're dead, and he launches a cable out the back and then drags them behind him. That's all I remember. And then he crashes into Superman.
Yeah, that was... Wayne was dark.
And he's like, I don't like that you're not a Boy Scout, you motherfucker. And then he flies away. And I was like, okay, let's just get to Martha.
Like, you know, I defend DC, but there's some moments that even as the avid
I defend
fan
DC too, because they made an excellent trilogy of Batman movies, and then they decided to go ridiculous again.
Yeah. Go make
I mean,
nonsense.
It's
okay. You got
they kind of took it backwards.
Guy.
Yeah, you really do.
So yeah,
There's a
I
time
mean
limit on
that,
Thursdays.
yeah, that's right. I gotta go watch the new Clone Wars and make a review
We
on
gotta
how
go
much it
watch
sucks.
the only TV show that's not in the EU.
It's in the EU.
Yes,
Oh,
we've got to watch Clone
don't
Wars
be
and
lying to these people, LB. Don't do that.
I mean, they're used to it.
oh my god. Let me just to detract. If you want to talk about something that breaks canon, watch Picard. Oh my god. Just when I thought they couldn't destroy next gen anymore, they brought number 2 in.
Oh, I seen like everybody's thumbnail Riker in it, so they finally had the episode where he showed up.
Ah, fuck you, Kirksman. Fuck you. Fuck you. I hope
I'll
that
take that as
I
a
hope
yes
that
because you couldn't just answer me.
that was Zod's answer. Anyways, pretty much what they did was they bent next gen over and they went warp drive right up there. Warp drive speed, ramming speed.
Oh my god. This is code.
Oh god.
So I mean, I honestly don't know. Like, I was like, wow, Doctor Who people are bitching, and I saw that episode, and then I watched Picard, and I go, this is just this shitty week for sci-fi. What the fuck is happening? this is
And
like,
then we got a
I'm
cool
literally
Batmobile,
watching.
so, you know, silver lining.
Yeah, I mean, the Batmobile was the highlight of my week and onward because this motherfucker in sci-fi is just it's bad. So I gotta watch good Star Wars. Yes, I said it. Star Wars, Clone Wars, Star Wars.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go actually
It
watch
exists,
a good.
people.
I'm gonna watch a good Star Wars saga. I'm gonna wash away the bad taste. And if you want a good sci-fi show, go watch Picard. But if you want a good Trek show, watch The Next Generation, the 80s version. Don't watch this because they just fucking raped Riker.
I don't want to see a man get sexually assaulted. No, thank you.
No,
Or
you
anybody.
don't.
Or anybody,
That doesn't seem
for
like
that
a
matter.
good time.
Yeah.
I mean, Riker walks out in a fucking robe. Like, and I'm looking and watching. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's happening right now? What is this? Why is he in a robe? What?
So you didn't enjoy seeing
I
him in
don't
the
know,
robe?
because he is number one. That's a
But
Star
this
Trek
episode,
joke.
but this episode was number 2, like all the way through.
Huh.
And keep in mind, this is an 8-part mini series. They're gonna bring it back for a second season because CBS All Access Trash doesn't have anything else, so they'll bring this back.
They
And
have the Young and the Restless.
My God.
all right, I'll take that. I mean, you know, they can't fuck with that. It's always the same storyline. But I mean, this is like, oh my god, we're on episode 7 and nothing happens. Like, I don't know how episode 8 is just they're just gonna make a whole bunch of action scenes because literally every episode has been exposition, just talking nonstop, one ridiculous action scene, and then more fucking talking. Like, anyways, I'm just gonna. I'll be. Tell me about your new stuff.
I don't know. Well, I just released an Elizabeth Warren video. She talked about the Bernie Bros.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
I talked about the Bernie Bros, and I got a couple Bernie Bros in the comments already.
Of course they sensed it.
Oh my God.
They came looking for you.
Yeah. So, I did that. I'm about to go do my Clone
Incredible.
Wars stream in about 9 minutes. Watch the episode and talk about it. And then, that's about it. And
That's right. It's Clone Wars night.
Yes,
you
and
see
then
how
Joe
you see
misses
how
Sunday.
Squirrel like literally wasn't listening to us talk?
Hey, man. I started getting into I went from Batman to Clone Wars. I was like, doop-a-doop-a-doo. I have to still sit down and watch all of it. So that's why I'm like, okay, Clone Wars. Brain shuts off for a little bit until I can see it, until I can watch it. Then I'll be on top of it.
Oh, so everybody go check that out. And this Sunday, me and LB will do our collab and talk Star Wars. And
Yes,
not the
we will.
EU. We'll talk Clone Wars.
Hey, man.
We'll come for that. Let's go to the most infectious squirrel on the panel. Tell us
Nice.
about your content.
The segue continues. No. Yeah, I don't have any videos coming out this week.
Shame.
I know, but I will probably be doing. I think I'm going to be doing a live stream either on Sunday night or Monday night, one or the other.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide because I know trying not to conflict with other schedulings and stuff like that. But I think it'll be Monday night though, live stream again instead of Sunday night. And it's mostly just updates. And we had a good time last time. Well, you got to get on there. I know you have your scheduling with the unicorn, but
You should stream Wednesday night at 7 p.m.
dude, why?
I mean, that's what people do, right?
Everybody's schedules at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays.
No,
will now.
that's when LB does his stream.
Yeah, I thought Lonely with Friends was on Thursdays, but it's not because you do this. So,
No, he moved it because he's a nice guy and he didn't want to run his stream against Justin.
oh, that's right. Okay, so it is on Wednesdays. Now you just because I missed this last one because squirrel coma. But anyway, yeah.
Betrayal.
Man, I had to sleep. My schedule all kind of screwed up with my sleep. Anyway, but yeah, I should be doing a live stream though on Monday night then. Probably.
Yeah.
Excellent.
After
And,
Monday Night Raw.
Dude, that's right. I'm all behind, dude. I'm just so behind. You have no idea. I've been like, my sleep is all screwed up. So, but yeah, so we'll probably be doing the Forge Circle on Monday night. So yeah, that's the only thing I have scheduled right now. I've been taking a hiatus. Supposed to be sitting down with several people next couple weeks, but it's just trying to get the scheduling here cleared up and be on a normal schedule like a human being. Even though I'm not.
Aw. Of course Perp shows up now. What a ridiculous guy. He's pulling a Terrence.
Man, that guy Terrence.
Where is T1000?
He came to my stream like at the very end,
Yeah.
typed 4 messages and left. Then he,
Thanks for
What
the
the hell?
stream, LB.
Was it code?
Terrence out.
Then like earlier he left a comment on Perp stream and like I'm like, Terrence, I responded
Yep.
and I'm like, we literally talked about you during the stream. Like you must have not actually listened to the stream.
Oh, good night, Generation Productions. Have a good night, sir.
See you,
Later,
DP.
DP. So,
Oh, God.
speaking of people randomly popping in later, my co-host, compatriot, and the person who keeps this shit in line, Mr. PB. Tell them about the funny shit you got coming out.
I don't know what's coming out next. What's supposed to be coming out next is the start of MCU March Madness.
Dun,
You
dun,
have to
dun.
Oh,
finish making the videos and compiling all of the audio properly so it has a beautiful presentation so that people can enjoy the video instead of just skipping to the end to see who won.
Or they don't do that at all. Just click the video, hit like, and exit. Oh, my
But
bad.
I mean-
I'm not supposed to get mad about that because that's a good thing. My
That's
bad.
a good. They're showing you love with that thumb. Even
Yeah.
though whenever the doctor uses a thumb, it doesn't feel like love.
Um. Okay.
Exactly.
And on that disturbing note, welcome to the Fandom Zone, everybody. Once again, if you like the wacky shit we talked about, go ahead and hit the like button. If you're new or you've been popping in and out and not saying anything, subscribe, fucker. I'm not Jeremy or proper, you know? Just, like, don't subscribe. No, fucking
Yeah,
subscribe.
he never
Okay?
says anything
Don't
about
just window
subscribing. He wants
shop. Go in
people
the
to
fucking
subscribe.
store.
He only talks about likes and dislikes, you ridiculous son of a bitch.
This escalated. pretty
Yeah.
good.
So, anyways, I got some reviews coming
This
out.
is
I did.
using fake facts.
I finally did watch My Hero Academia. Having to play full price Zod is mad, but it was worth
No
it.
one cares.
2 minutes.
When do you do your live streams, Lee? Or Zod? When do you do your live streams? Sorry.
Well,
God.
I got rid of that ridiculous human, but I do my stream Mondays and Thursdays now.
Corona.
Motherfucker. You goddamn choke on my milk.
So,
So when
yes,
do you do your live streams? Then you do it Thursdays, and what's the other day?
Monday.
Thursday, Sunday, Monday.
I thought it was
I don't know how it's that hard to answer her question.
Because I'm a villain.
I'm sorry, Lee. I thought or Zod. God damn it, Zod. So I thought you do it on Mondays. Then I thought you were doing them on Tuesdays. I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it's Monday night, so at midnight. Technically Tuesday, but
Well, then I
Monday
may end
night.
up doing mine on Sunday night. Then that'll be better. I'll do it Sunday night.
I mean,
Man.
you can conflict it with his, and we can all abandon him.
Oh, that's mean. That's mean.
True.
No, Jesus.
Hello broke my neck. They broke my heart.
Jesus.
Okay, we got 1 minute. 1 minute.
Okay.
Anyways, thank you, everybody. You guys know the tagline. Yada, yada, yada. Good night.
Yeah, we don't have time for your